In this example, we're going to use dimensions and it will be similar homework questions. We're going to use perimeter or area to make things come about, and the area will probably hold out till the end of our term, but for now we'll focus on the perimeter. So the question reads, a rectangular soccer field is twice as long as it is wide. If the perimeter of a soccer field is 300 yards, what are the field's dimensions? Sometimes, in this case, if you want to, draw yourself a picture. Helps us establish some variables. You might want to do a little better picture than I did, but we could say that a rectangle is twice as long as wide. It was said a soccer field, but we're just really playing with a rectangle. We don't care if it's a soccer field, a football field, a recreational field of whatever kind. But if I had a width, and what are the dimensions? Let's talk about writing, the unknown. What are the dimensions? Well, I've got a length and a width. Well, the width could be our unknown, and if we know that our width becomes x, then its length is what? Twice as long. So instead of writing w, we could just write twice as long, which is 2x. Don't put x plus 2 here. That'd just be 2 yards longer. In this case, we're talking about something that's twice as long, so it's 2 times as much. The perimeter is 300 yards. So first off, we read the problem, we stated the unknown. I don't know length and width, but then I said let's let the width be x, and then we established this other unknowns as a quantity, so we called it 2x. And as far as perimeter is concerned, at this point I could dig myself out of this hole several ways. X plus 2x is going to give me this right here, which, if it's a rectangle, would be half as far around as I need to go, and I could take that whole quantity and multiply it by 2, and I know that that's going to be equal to 300. That'd be one way I could express it. The other way I could express it is I could use the formula 2 times width plus 2 times length equals p. Would be one other way I could do it, and I already have the 2 there. But what I've done is I've established I could use that distributive property here and maybe clean things up a little bit easier. So I now have this to multiply here. So I now have 2x plus 4x, distributing the 2 to both, equals 300. So I get 6x equals 300, and now I have to divide by the 300. And I can do that, very, very easily. And so at that, I get x equals 50. So it's dividing both sides by 6. Sorry, my pen's are going crazy on me here. So we've got x equals 50. Once again, we need to go back and what was the original statement? Well, that x, that's going to be my width. Well, if the width is 50, that means that the length has to be 100 because it would be twice as long. We can check ourselves, because if I said, well, if this was 100 and this is 100 and this is 50 and this is 50, do I get a perimeter of 300? The 50 and the 50 make 100, plus the other 200 makes a total of 300 for the perimeter. So it does check out.